Instructional implications. Is an individualized education program team equal for special education students? Is it equal for special education students? The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, passed by the United States Congress in 1975, is intended, quote, to ensure that all children with disabilities have available to them a free, appropriate public education that emphasizes special education-related services designed to meet their unique needs and prepare them for further education, employment, and independent living. Title 20 of the United States Code, Chapter 33. Special education from the student point of view. I was in special education in elementary school and middle school, experienced the consequences of it in high school and beyond. I'm David Potter. I survived special education, not a joke. Instructional implications. Is an individualized education program team equal for special education students? Let's look at Title 20 of the United States Code, Chapter 33, Section 1414, lowercase d, 1b. What does the law say? B. Individualized Education Program Team. The Individualized Education Program Team, or IEP team, means a group of individuals composed of, lowercase Roman numeral 1, the parents of a child with a disability, lowercase Roman numeral 2, not less than one regular education teacher of such child, if the child is or may be participating in the regular education environment, lowercase Roman numeral 3, not less than one special education teacher, or where appropriate, not less than one special education provider of such child, lowercase Roman numeral 4, representative of the local educational agency who, Roman numeral 1, is qualified to provide or supervise the provision of specially designed instruction to meet the unique needs of children with disabilities. Roman numeral 2 is knowledgeable about the general education curriculum, and Roman numeral 3 is knowledgeable about the availability of resources of the local educational agency. Lowercase Roman numeral 5, an individual who can interpret the instructional implications of evaluation results, who may be a member of the team described in clauses lowercase Roman numeral 2 through 6. Lowercase Roman numeral 6. At the discretion of the parent or the agency, other individuals who have knowledge or special expertise regarding the child, including related services personnel as appropriate, and lowercase Roman numeral 7. Whenever appropriate, the child with the disability. What needs to change in the law? The following team members are described in 1414, lowercase d, 1p. One parent, or both. One regular education teacher, maybe. One special education teacher. One staff member to provide or supervise instruction. One staff member to interpret evaluation results. One or more staff members with special expertise. One child receiving the services, if allowed. The core group appears to be the parent, one special education teacher, and one other staff member. Allow the child to be involved at all times. The child will not make the decisions, and the behavior will show it. Nobody likes being excluded from important decisions. What does the law say? Skipping C. D. IEP team transition. In the case of a child who has previously served under subchapter Roman numeral 3, an invitation to the initial IEP team meeting shall, at the request of the parent, be sent to the subchapter Roman numeral 3 service coordinator or other representatives of the subchapter Roman numeral 3 system to assist with the smooth transition of services. What needs to change in the law? There's a system with the service coordinator to invite a child to an IEP team meeting. What does the law say? 2. Requirement that program be in effect. A. In general, at the beginning of each school year, each local educational agency, state educational agency, or other state agency, as the case may be, shall have in effect for each child with a disability in the agency's jurisdiction an individualized education program as defined in paragraph 1A. B. Program for child age 3 through 5. In the case of a child with a disability aged 3 through 5, or at the discretion of the state educational agency, a 2-year-old child with a disability who will turn age 3 during the school year, the IEP team shall consider the Individualized Family Service Plan that contains the material described in Section 1436 of this title, and that is developed in accordance with this section, and the Individualized Family Service Plan may serve as the IEP of the child if using that plan as a IEP is lowercase Roman numeral 1, consistent with state policy, and lowercase Roman numeral 2, agreed to by the agency and the child's parents, skipping the rest of 1414 lowercase d 1b. How does this law impact my life? I never attended IEP team meetings. Elementary school. It is safe to assume that my IEP team included my parents, special education teacher, and school psychologist, and possibly a paraprofessional. It is safe to assume that my dad didn't attend meetings because of his factory job at the time. Middle school. It is safe to assume that my IEP team included my parents, one of my 2 special education teachers, and one of my general education teachers. It is safe to assume that my dad didn't attend meetings because of his factory job at the time. Even in middle school, I wasn't involved. Decisions were made for me without me. 8th grade and high school. I wasn't in special education, making this irrelevant to me. However, parents made decisions for me even after I reached the milestone ages of 16 and 18. Decisions were made for me without me.
Is it equal for special education students? Is the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act working as intended? Is it preparing disabled students for further education, employment, and independent living? Visit the website at notajoke.net. I'm David Powder. I survived special education, not a joke.